everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. So I guess this is my first video under my newly renamed YouTube channel, For the Record. And thanks again for watching. So basically, I just wanted to show what I had in my inbox as far as my records. Not newly a new Vinyl Finds video per se, but some of these records are new to me because I've had them for a couple of years now, and I've just never had the room to actually properly put them away on my record shelves where I used to have my collection. Now I have a updated or a new media room, record room, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it a media room. And as I was putting my collection in order and putting in everything, where it needs to go, I had a ton of records that were records that I kept from record collections I've bought for the past couple of years, and I just didn't have the space for them, so I just kept them in a separate spot, and I never really took them out and listened to them because it was kind of, anyway. So as the media room has come together and I'm putting things away, I would pull out records that they weren't familiar to me. As a perfect example is what we're listening to right now, and I'll show you who that is in a minute. Or ones that I knew who they were, say like the Allman Brothers and a few others. Anyway, and so I would put them off to the side, and I put them in a certain part of my shelves, or on one of my shelves, and I sort of just kind of pull one out here and there and kind of listen to it and kind of use that as listen to it and then put it away. So I call that my inbox. So so let's get to it. So what we're listening to right now, the band is called Traces, and the album is called Classics 4. Not familiar to me. Can't say I've ever heard of them, but really, if you listen, really good stuff. Moving along with the Allman Brothers band, Brothers and Sisters. I've never heard of them, and this is the first. I'm just kidding. I have a couple copies of this one. I'm not really sure I've ever listened to it, so I have it here, and I'm going to, I promise. Elton John. Past couple of years, I've just come across Elton John, and I have a lot of his stuff. Yep, and who's this? Yeah, James Taylor, because it doesn't say it on the cover. You gotta look at the spine. It's James Taylor, Flag. You want to see the back? It's just a different color. B.J. Thomas, Rainbows Keep Falling on My Head. And Jay and the Americans, Sands of Time. Now, I don't think I have it. I have a few Jay and the Americans here. I don't think I have any other ones in my record collection, on my shelves anyway. So I've been actually listening to these, and this is really good. Poco. I've never heard a Poco album I didn't like. Love it. This is actually a really good one. This one is called Rose of Samarin. Rose of Samarin. Do I need to say more? This is unfucking believable. This is actually one I have never heard of before, called The Ozark. But what a motley looking crew there. Long-haired hippies. Hey, that's gonna be interesting to listen to. Blackbirds, City Life. This is actually a gatefold, I think. We have a Pat Travers Band live. not really talk much through these. I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, some we know and some I don't know. This one is actually probably one of the coolest album covers. Honeymoon Suite. Now that is the name. That's the, as far as I can tell, the band name. I don't know if they've ever done anything else, but that's pretty cool. And yeah. Anyway. Oh, I can't wait to actually. I don't think I've listened to this one yet, but I can't wait to take a listen to that and put that in my Grand Funk collection. I have quite a number of Grand Funk Railroad. Oh, I don't know how that got in there. No, this is actually in a record collection I bought a few months ago anyway, and I wouldn't seek it out, but I mean it was in the collection, so I kept it. I haven't listened to it yet, but Show Your Osmonds. There's a thread. Orion, The Hunter. Looks cheesy, but we'll give it a spin. Some of these I've listened to, some of them I haven't. BTO. It's actually a really neat label there. BTO. And we have some Cat Stevens. Before he you know, I've shown this before. I don't know why it's still in here. I've listened to it I don't know how many times. I just haven't put it away yet, but it never gets old. Really great album. Another Jay and the Americans, Wax Museum. If you wonder why I don't show the back, it's because this is Jackson Browne. Lives in the Balance, or is it Lives in the Balance? Lives in the Balance. This one is actually pretty cool. The band is called The Four Pneumatics. And those are the Four Pneumatics. I'm actually kind of curious about this one. That's why I put it off to the side and have it in the inbox. I'm kind of curious to know what that sounds like. If it's no good, I'll toss it. I'll let you. Maybe if I remember, I'll let you know how it is. Apache, Sam Butera, and the Witnesses. What I'll do is maybe as I listen to these, I'll put them off to the side and let you know what I think of. You know, if they're good, if they're no good. You know, if I remember to do that, I will. I'll do a later video about it. Michael Bacon. Everybody knows his brother, Mr. Kevin Bacon, one of the finest actors out there. But there's Michael Bacon. You know, I knew he had a career, but I didn't know he went this far back and that he actually made albums. I just thought he was, I don't know, kind of like a garage band kind of thing. But he did pretty good, I guess. Toto 4. I picked that one up at little antique shop that's a few minutes away from my house. I've yet to listen to it though. This one is, they're somewhat of a local band. I need to do some research on it. I'm kind of curious to know if they're still around. I think I listened to this and I think I liked it, but I can't remember. It's called Two Fine Villains. That was in a collection I picked up, I think the end of last year sometime. It might have been the summer of last year. I think I've had this for a while, but I don't think I listened to it. I may have listened to it already. I can't remember. But, I have a few that look familiar to me. Yeah, there we go. And it's a local band. The record label is in Massachusetts, so yeah, there you go. Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior. I think it's Return to Forever. Return to Forever is the band, and Romantic Warrior, I guess, is the name of the album. Contemporary ragtime guitar. And we have Dave Laidman, Rick Schoenberg. I'm not going to read the names. But none of None of the names, even the producer, isn't familiar. We have John and Ann Ryder. I Still Believe in Tomorrow. It must have been the collection I bought last couple of years, and it's in really good shape. And that kind of determines the condition. Really determines if I'm curious to know what it is. If it's in crappy shape, then I just get rid of it. But if it's in good shape, I'll give it a listen. Todd Rundgren, The Ever Popular Tortured Artist Effect. Not easy to say on camera. That's actually an old one, but interesting. Everybody knows who that is, but I'll give that a spin and let you know what I think. Lindsey Buckingham, Go Insane. And the last and final in the inbox is 10cc, Deceptive Bends. Now, this is one of the bands that, okay, where do I put it? It's classic rock, okay, 70s classic rock. But where do you put it? Do you put it in T for 10, or you put it under C for a CC? 10cc. And I believe I put it in the T's. So, I have a few of their albums. 10cc, Deceptive Bends. And very good stuff here. Some good stuff and some, well, I don't know, and I'll let all of you know. So that's it. I thank all of you for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side.